Hey, what's up, everyone? It's been a hot minute. You don't gotta tell me. I already know. The comments are already going. Josephine, where the fuck have you been? Don't worry about it. Life gets you in multiple ways. But I hope y'all are doing good. I'm recording this from the corner of my bedroom, my dark, dreary bedroom. The sun's out, kinda 50% there, and I just wanted to do a commentary for this video specifically. Just a bit of a catch up kind of thing, if anything. This is a DTIYS from Noobovich on Instagram. I wanted to, I don't know, I just wanted to make a video, just to try to catch up on my YouTube. Oh my god, dude, let me close my fucking Discord. Every time I do some shit like this, somebody wants to interrupt. Okay, anyway. But yeah, this is a Noobovich DTIYS. This was... I had to use a different recording program, unfortunately. My cracked Sony Vegas Pro had stopped working. I mean, completely legal Sony Vegas Pro stopped working. So I had to do some runarounds, and apparently you can record with OBS. So that's pretty cool. But you can't edit in OBS, so I'm currently in CapCut at the moment, but that's alright. It seems to work pretty well. So anyways, I just wanted to explain some of the process here. Right now I'm just working on a sketch real quick. You know me, I don't do very clean sketches most of the time, but this one I kind of wanted to really lean in on a cleaner sketch. It's not the best, but it'll get me there. We're gonna start getting into coloring here soon, but right now I'm just trying to get the left image to look like my style, if that makes sense. Right here, trying to get that little hammer in. There's some patterns and shapes that I kind of had to guess because, as you can see, that it's a pretty provocative image on the left. I don't do that kind of stuff most of the time, so I just kind of put her in another pose. My style is very casual, I'd say. Like, whenever I do characters, they're put in a very casual predicament. Like right here, she's pretending she's on the phone with her little hand, like, hey, hi, call me, or some shit. Sorry about that little money plant on the left. I think I turned that off later on in this video, hopefully, because Jesus Christ, it's really distracting. I think I have my stream overlay on, which I forgot to turn off when I was recording with OBS, so that's my bad. It'll go away in a bit. In regards to streaming, I don't know what I want to do with that. Streaming is stressful. I cannot do it every day. I'm not in the perfect environment to do it every day either, because there's 4 animals in this dumbass house that I'm living in. So there's always going to be something I need to attend to, such as mess or stank or whatever. I also live with 3 other animals that are human beings. So, you know how that goes. But anyway, so right here we're doing the flat colors. This is an integral part. A lot of people like to do flat colors on just one layer. I like to separate first, just so I don't, go into any other part of each separate color. Because if I fuck up, if I mess up, trying to cuss less, then it'll kind of mess with the entire layer itself. Some people are brave enough to do that. For organization's sake, I just like to do it on a separate layer. I'm trying to get the colors here as close as possible. I'm starting with lighter colors. I always start with lighter colors. That's just me. You don't gotta do it. That's just me. Light to mid-tone colors of the actual reference. Here I'm really trying to respect the color palette of the original image. So it's like, green, purple, yellow. I think those are tertiary colors, if that's the correct... I'm gonna look it up. No, I'm not gonna look it up. Just trust what I say. So here, I'm getting in some rough shadow. I would do this on a separate layer as well. And my color layers are also still separated. I think here I'm just I can't see my layers, but yeah, I think I have all this on a multiply layer. It's easier if you do shadow on a multiply layer, because then you don't have to worry about color picking and color picking and color picking to get that darker color of the color that you're on. So I don't have to color pick darker purple, color pick darker yellow. You know, it's multiply is just easier. I just find like a mid-ground blue, or sometimes I switch colors, like depending on the color that I'm putting shadow on. Like yellow, I'll try to go for like a darker orange. For the purple, I try to go for a darker purple, but it just won't, you don't have to do too much work. You just go for a darker version of that color and it'll look good. Don't go too saturated though, because then it just won't show up. Okay, here we are rendering. This took a while. I think the reason why rendering took a while was because I wanted to lean more into making this look finished. I have a problem with trying a little too hard to make things look perfect. But then if I don't make things look perfect, or if I don't put as much effort into it, then it just looks lazy. I had a weird, I don't know, time frame, like a year, 2 years ago, where I would try to do that rough edge Valorant style, right? But that shit just started to look lazy. So I was like, I'm kind of done doing that. So I'm gonna go back to what I know best, and that's rendering. Just take the time. The hard edge style, it looks sick. I'm not downing on it, not dogging on it. But this is what I know. So I just started to go back to my style for real this time, instead of being influenced by all these other styles and thinking, hey, I should try this. No, I fucking hated it, so I'm gonna do what I do best. And I feel like that's a good bit of advice for all of you out there trying to figure out what you want to do with your art style. Just do you. You can follow other artists, of course, but you don't gotta follow their entire style. You're gonna get lost, for real. Here, I'm working on the face, trying to get those wrinkles in, because I don't know what it is with my style. I always like to put like the little eyebrow crinkle, as you can see that I'm doing. I don't know. They always gotta be focused or crinkling their eyebrows. That's just a fucking, I don't know. I don't want to explain it. That's just how I do. With the brushes that I'm using, I'm in Clip Studio Paint, by the way. This isn't Photoshop like I usually go into, but I was rendering in Clip Studio Paint. And the brush that I used, it was like a soft and hard brush at the same time. So if you really put pressure on it, sorry about that noise, if you really put pressure on it, it'll turn into a harder brush. And then if you take the pressure off of it, it'll turn into a softer brush. So if you're really finicky with pressure brushes, it might not be for you. But if all that you depend on is how soft or how hard that you're pressing on your tablet, then this brush is perfect for you. You can see it selected on the left-hand side of the screen where all the brushes are. I don't know if you can search for it because it's in Japanese, I believe. But go for it, I guess. I think it's called horse oil brush or some shit like that. You look that up on the Clip Studio Marketplace. So, and sorry if you see like little pauses every now and then. I tried to go through this entire video, which was damn near 8 hours of footage. I don't think I caught every single little moment where I was just pausing for some reason. Those pauses are either me going to the bathroom or me just trying to think about how I'm gonna do something. So sorry if you see little pauses here and there, but I think the video goes fairly quickly. I edited this video to pretty much go like at least for an hour. Some people might not be here for that long, but it's alright. Some people like watching people draw something and just zoning out, or just having it on in the background, and you do what you want to do. I respect it. I personally like watching people draw, but I don't like hearing them speak. It depends on what kind of voice you got. I usually just put on a drawing video and then I put on my own music and stuff like that, you know. I might have to do the same because YouTube keeps fucking me when it comes to music. I'm just gonna buy a kalimba and make my own goddamn music at this point. Shit. Anyway, I'm rendering some more stuff here. Right here I'm adding just more detail because everything's rough, obviously, so I don't want to just leave it like that. You can see that I'm using the select marquee tool a lot. I use the polygonal marquee tool, or wishing wand, not the wishing wand. It's just the select tool, the polygonal select tool. I like using this because I can get a lot of hard edges out of it. It's your best friend. Trust me. You can get a lot of clean shapes. Like, oh, you see what I did just there? You see what I did? I made a tube with the marquee tool. Use that shit, for real. You can do a lot with the marquee tool. It's, for me, personally, it's pretty much just trying to keep everything clean. Because I notice when I paint just with a brush, and I don't use any sort of tool to really keep my shit clean, it can get a little odd outside of the shape. I'll have like loose brush strokes that I can't see. So when I select the outer edge of my image, it'll have like random lines and shit that I gotta erase later. All that, you know. I just select around a shape and press delete, and it'll have a clean shape inside. I would suggest trying it. You don't have to. I'm guessing that's how the Valorant artists get that style, with the sharp marquee tool, because I don't know how the hell else. Or with the eraser, I don't know. Or with a very sharp brush, who knows. But this is how I get my sharp style, because I like to combine hard and soft edges. It makes things look interesting. Just like when you draw with different line weights, it gives the image, like, you know, some weight. Like, oh, thinner lines at the top, heavier lines at the bottom. It makes them look heavy. It's nice. Most cartoons just use the same line weight. It's because of, you know, efficiency and consistency. But if you look at stuff like Ed, Edd n Eddy, shit like that, you know, with different line weights, it makes the image look more interesting. So here, I usually alternate between a soft brush and a soft hard brush. There's some areas that I just can't get that blended feel with just a soft hard brush. I really need like an airbrush. Especially for, yeah, if you're blending colors, or if you want something to really melt into each other, like two different colors, or two secondary colors, then usually you'd have to use an airbrush to really blend that in. Here I'm just changing the flow of the wrinkles on that sleeve. I didn't really like how it went before. You're gonna see me change up some things here and there. And it's okay to do that in this process. It's not gonna be like, oh, my sketch was shit, I'm changing everything. Sketch is a sketch, dog. That's what it's for you to change stuff. Okay. I think the one problem that I had with this image was I have a real difficulty with rendering sometimes, because certain colors would be too close to each other. And depending on the style, I don't really add line art to my render. Some people add line art to their render, or they keep the line art of their render, and they either soften it or darken it, color it another color, etc. I don't like doing that, but I think I used some sort of edge technique just to make it look like a sticker, to make it stand out more. So you'll see what I mean towards the end of the video. Here, I think I'm working on the hair, and I'm taking a little second to figure out what's going on. Oh, never mind. I'm back to the sleeve. All right. Well, that's all right. I don't remember 5 minutes anyway. Oh yeah, right here there was like a little gold accent on her sleeves. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really proud of that part. I tried my best. And I also think I shaped the sleeves a little weird. I should have just kept them circular instead of all wrinkled up, folded up like that. It was okay. I feel like I could have done a better job. Not me critiquing my own shit, but that's how I feel if I had to be for real. Um, Wrinkles and folds, bruh, they take a bit of practice. I'm not gonna lie. They can either make or break your image. I'm okay with folds. I feel like I need to definitely be a little better about it, but it be how it be. Oh yeah, here I'm adding some more light because the sleeves are obviously too dark. Uh, like I said in the beginning, I like to start with the mid-tone for everything, for all the base colors. Here I take a soft, hard paintbrush, kind of blend everything together. There is a blending brush if you use Clip Studio Paint. I feel that it's very helpful. I don't use it all the time, but if you're just having trouble blending certain colors together with just the airbrush, because the airbrush makes strokes. So when you blend two colors together, you're gonna make a stroke. With the blend brush, you're also gonna make a stroke, but it'll blend those two colors a lot more uniformly, and you won't paint over the strokes. So here I had oh yeah, I was just I think this is another day where I was continuing the image. So that's my bad. I shut my computer off whenever I'm done with it. I don't put it to sleep like some people do. I don't know. But this is definitely another day where I continued the image. Right here, I'm just trying to get rid of some like hairs. Just some weird edges that I don't want there. I also noticed on the shirt that there's a part to it, which I was like, thank God, because the shirt looks weird. There's that little seam down the middle. I think it was all the way down the shirt. I don't remember. Also, if you have the new version of Clip Studio Paint, I'm not sure which version, but it's like a newer version. I think they released it last year. If you use the warp tool in Clip Studio Paint, it's essentially the same warp tool as you do or as you have in Photoshop. You can push and pull and inflate, deflate, all that kind of stuff. Very helpful if you have parts of the body that are like that look a little iffy. I highly recommend using it. It's not cheating, you know. I'd rather use that than erasing and redrawing shit. Like just push and pull and it kind of mold the shape to what you want it to be. If you find things just are, you know, incredibly bad, then you can redraw it. But most of the time, I like to take shortcuts. Here, I'm working on the pants. I found the pants to be kind of fun. Like the color on the left image was very interesting. I tried my best to get it as close as I could. I feel like I could have gone a bit more purple because her pants look more purple. Mine look more indigo, if that makes sense. Here I try to get that middle seam so it doesn't look like yoga pants where they have no seam. It just makes materials like this look a bit more realistic. It like pushes the realism. I don't like doing realistic stuff most of the time. This is more semi-realistic, obviously, or stylistic, if you want to call it that. So, the small wrinkles towards the knees where they bend, and the seams on the half side of the pants, that really pushes the material. Here I tried to put like a little divot for the kneecap because I'm guessing these are tight pants. They're really on her. Like she really wearing that shit. She really got that on. And here I'm trying to add some shadows like underneath the arm to indicate that hey, the arm is going over the leg. It can be kind of hard to determine where shadows go in certain weird positions like this, but that's how I felt. I also put just a little yellow tint on the upper side of the leg because I feel like these leggings or pants, whatever you want to call them, they're slightly reflective of light because they look kind of shiny. Not leather shiny, but definitely between a shiny and a matte. You know, MATTE. So I definitely felt like I would try to refract some light off the shirt onto the leggings. Here I'm adding some more of the seams. I was kind of confused about where the lighter part of the seam would go in direction of the light, so I kind of switched around. Instead of the bottom, I put it on the top. It can get a little confusing, but you can just Control Z that away. Control Z your problems away. God, I wish. Anyway, just finishing up the seam here on the other pants as well. Don't forget the other pants. Here I tried to add some more wrinkles, but didn't really work out as much as I wanted. I didn't want to put too much. Here I'm taking the lasso tool and kind of sharpening up some edges because they're very messy. You can see me cleaning that up. Like, it's very handy using that shit to clean up your edges, essentially. Not that hard to use. Here we are working on that little leg piece. Not sure what that is. It's like probably a armor piece. Kind of odd because it's only on one knee, but I respect the design. Here, now I don't know where that blue light is coming from. I usually add some sort of weird blue ambient light on characters just to, you know, say fuck it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna come from the hammer, if I remember correctly. Josephine, you have terrible memory. I know. I'm sorry. Here, I couldn't really... I didn't want to hand draw the pattern, the Celtic pattern that you can see on the reference image, so I guessed. I definitely guessed. I think I used a brush, Control Copy Paste, and duplicated it over the armor piece. So here I'm just trying to get the base color down, because I wanted to get that done, cleaned up. But as for the pattern, I'm pretty sure I just took a brush. I went on Clip Studio Marketplace, typed in Celtic pattern, and then just got that off of there. And which is okay to use because it's, I think everything that's on the Clip Studio Marketplace is Common Creative license, so you just do what you want. So here, I'm working on the shoes now. The shoes were kind of weird. Not gonna lie. I could see that they were, essentially high tops, but they had a very overlapped, folded over kind of style. I just treated them like a cool pair of gym shoes, essentially. I tried to get that puffy kind of look to him. I'm not too sure how Noobovich gets his iridescent color. Like, sometimes he straight up has these iridescent patterns. I guessed. Definitely guessed how he done it. How he's done it. And made a creative decision. That's essentially what I did. I think the shoes took me the longest. I'm pretty sure this took me longer than the entire shit. In general. I was just really trying to get it right. Like these little folds here, these little seams, and to make the separated parts look puffy. Took an airbrush and kind of evened that out. Took a darker color, evened that out. It was the edges of those tabs that I was having trouble with. But it was essentially, it was alright. I don't think I had like a really difficult time, but this was definitely the most iffy part of the entire drawing. Here I was trying to make the bottom of the shoe, the sole of the shoe, a little wider, because she is on her tippy toes. She's almost in that Japanese businessman pose, if you know what I mean. But she's on her tippy toes, so I was like, I gotta lift this up a bit more. Really, I'm gonna critique myself again, but I feel like I should have angled the feet a lot more and maybe added some wrinkles in the shoes. Like in the top toe part of the shoe. I feel like I didn't do that enough, and that's my bad. That's alright. We get better every time. I was also freezing my ass off when I was drawing this. It was maybe 30 degrees outside and raining when I was drawing. It's not an excuse, it's a fact. So my hands were probably slightly frozen over and uncomfortable. And when you have to do tiny details like that, oh lord. So here you can see me kind of splash around lighter colors like light purple and some blue. It's because I was trying to, as I mentioned earlier, trying to achieve that iridescent color. I'm not too sure, like I said, how Noobovich does it, but I try to guess. Make an educated guess on how he achieved that. And the lasso tool is also really cool because you can either select an edge of a shape, invert the selection, and then paint outside of it so you don't touch what's inside the selection. Pretty sick. Not gonna lie, it's like corralling everything together. So if you don't want to sketch or paint over something, then you can just use the selection tool and invert the selection. So here, I think these were bits of metal on the shoes. Bits of metal or bits of gold. And that circle part was maybe like a clasp. You know, like on on kids' shoes. I don't mean to compare it to a kid's shoe, but on kids' shoes they have those little Velcro tabs because they don't have the motor skills to tie their shoes, so they always have those Velcro tabs or little button clasps because that's a little easier for kids to handle. I don't know if that's what that was because there's no shoelaces on it, so maybe for efficiency's sake she just clasps on her shoes. That's what I guessed it was. There was some parts of this image that I didn't really know what was going on, but I kind of just guessed. You know, I didn't really have enough time to be like, oh, I'm gonna text Noobovich and ask him what the hell this is. Like, I just guess. I'm sure he won't mind. Here, just cleaning up some more shapes. Real quick, I'm gonna take this time to remind y'all I am on Instagram, I'm on ArtStation, I'm on Twitter. I don't really use Twitter that much though. And obviously I'm on YouTube, so if you haven't subscribed yet, I take this time to do so because I do want to make more videos this year. I just feel like I've neglected y'all and that's my bad. Being an adult is very tiring, you know. Making YouTube videos is tiring. It's a lot more difficult when you don't have the perfect environment like you used to. Back when I was at my old folks' house, I could do that anytime I wanted to and I had time. But now that I'm an adult, gotta pay bills, gotta eat, gotta cook, don't have that much time. I don't know how people do it. But I guess that's why when you see those streamer rooms, good God, dude. Some of y'all didn't. No, I shouldn't say that. That's my bad. No, I was gonna say something horrible. Some of y'all didn't grow up having someone teach you house management skills, is what I'm gonna say. But I'm kind of grateful I didn't turn out to be like that. But you know, it is still kind of difficult to be like that because you can't make videos as often. In terms of my Skillshare, definitely want to get back on that as well. I'm just scared in a sense. Like, what are people gonna think? What are people gonna say? But I really need to not think about that and just do what I want. Because if y'all want to learn, y'all want to learn, right? Don't matter how it is. And there's not one way to learn about this kind of stuff. That's just my take. You know, I really truly do want to get back on that grind. But we will see. I wish I had a better environment to do all that because I feel like that's more motivational to not be in a shitty place like I am right now. But you gotta work through it. You gotta just kind of get through shit. Gotta mow truer. Here I'm fixing up some wrinkles. I don't really pay attention to detail a lot in my paintings. I try to do fast and easy and clean, which I'm trying to fix. Cause I don't know. I feel like a lot of my stuff back in the past was better than what I do right now because I paid more attention to detail. And then I had a weird time in my life where I'm like, I'm doing too much detail. I gotta get this shit out fast. And then my style got lazy. And I'm like, fuck, I don't like that. So I now I'm somewhere in the middle where there's some detail and then there's not. So I'm trying to figure shit out, you know? Maybe I'll study some Lion Decker again. Maybe some JoJo art, you know, some Araki. That'd be pretty cool. Just trying to bring my style back to a point where I actually like it again. Because maybe 2018, 2019, that's when I really liked my art. And then after 3D Sense, after school that I went to in Singapore for a year, a lot of shit changed. I felt like I just wasn't efficient enough. So yeah, my style just got faster and lazier. And I didn't like it at all. So here I'm going back to my roots, really. I wish I could find those favorite brushes that I had a while ago that I always used to use. I didn't use any other brush except for those, and now I think they're long gone. But I tried to embrace that change and go for something different. Now I'm using all kinds of brushes for any situation that comes up. I mean, I'm stubborn. I probably won't change those brushes that I found, but life's funny that way. Just keep with what you're doing. Just as long as it's a soft hard brush and a soft brush, for me, I think I'm pretty good with that. Contrary to popular belief, you don't need a lot of brushes. Some people only use one. Alright, here I am outlining the hair again because it got a little messy during the rendering phase. Braids are really fucked up to do, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of confusing myself with the pattern that I was trying to go for. Obviously, these are braids, but you can get kind of lost in the sauce when you're doing braids, and you can really mess up the pattern or something won't make sense. So I pretty much just kind of I tried not to guess. I tried to really get in there and do a actual braid pattern. Is somebody doing construction outside? I keep hearing bullshit every time I try to do this goddamn video. Alright, they stopped. I think they heard me. Anyway, so here I was brightening up the pants because I thought that they were still too dark. Took an overlay layer instead and just kind of brightened up everything. Here, this is where I'm going in on the hair a lot more. And excuse me, let me adjust my seat. This is pretty much my detail phase where I'm really going in and I'm trying to really get things cleaned up. Like that outer edge, I'm like, ew, don't like it. Get that polygonal lasso tool and let's clean that shit up. Let me know if y'all like these kinds of videos. Do y'all like me commentating? Talking over videos, I guess is another word. Do y'all like just having these go on without me talking with some music or some shit? I mean, if anything, you could just mute the video and put on your own music anyway, so I think I'm just gonna do what I want to do. But let me know if you all like these kinds of videos anyway. I feel like me commentating kind of puts things into perspective and lets me explain what I'm doing in the current moment. Because there's some places in my drawing where even I don't know what I'm doing. But I really try to explain as best I can how I got to where I was and what I'm doing. Like right there, splashing down those colors to make the base look a little bit more interesting. That's done with an airbrush. You can just do that with an airbrush, make it look more interesting. I think I was trying to do feathers. Because, you know, it's a lazier version of what Noobovich did. But I was just trying to get some feathers in there. I said, fuck it. But yeah, I feel like commentating these kinds of videos is, it's fun. I like talking over my own videos. I've done it before. Granted, I don't have as much childish energy anymore. I used to be fucking annoying in my older videos. Now my voice is slightly deeper. I'm more tired. It is what it is, ain't it? Shit. Um, I also hope that the music that I'm gonna put in this doesn't get copyright strike for the 20th time. I mean, I never got striked, but I definitely always got some sort of, this user says that you're using their music, they'll allow you to, but, you know, then your video won't be monetized. And I'm like, well, that's crazy, considering I got that music from a anti-copyright site. Fucking assholes. Alright, anyway. Going in here with an airbrush, I believe. I really wanted to get a soft look for the hair. I didn't really want to use any hard brushes. I only usually use hard brushes on hair if I'm doing loose strands. If you put loose strands when you're painting hair, it makes it look a little more organic and not just a bunch of ribbons. So that's what I suggest. You don't have to. Like, obviously you can do hair in whatever style that you choose, but this is just how I do it. So it took me a bit. I think I took like 2 coffee breaks during this fucking hair. I'm like, damn, bro, fucking braids and shit. I'd rather not. But because I wanted to respect the character design, I did braids. That's fine. I don't want to dox myself. You can probably see the time in the lower right-hand corner. If not, I probably might put like an overlay. But I think this entire drawing process took like 8, 9, 10 hours maybe. I don't know. Took a bit. And I didn't draw it every day, by the way. Like, I don't draw these in a day. If y'all are out there believing I draw these in a damn day, then you're crazy. I have shit to do. I got laundry. I got dishes. It's like I gotta sweep. I gotta dust off my desk. I gotta take a shower. I feel it's a good idea when you're doing stuff like this that takes obviously a bit of time. I think it's a good idea. Sorry, I had a stroke. To take a break every now and then, kind of walk away from what you're doing. You know, give yourself a day and be like, I'll come back to it tomorrow. Think this is good enough for today. Then you go back and you're like, shit, that's ugly. And then you go back and you fix stuff. I think it took me 2-3 days, I think, in total. Like, let's say within a week, I started Monday, did a little bit on Tuesday, skipped Wednesday, and then I finished it on Thursday. I think that's what I did. Something like that. Hopefully I put the overlay screen on this video so y'all can't see my dates and times, because I'm just literally guessing. I've been so stressed lately that my memory is of a goldfish. I don't remember 5 minutes ago. Barely remember what I ate for this morning. So yeah, this hair took me quite a bit. It was a little frustrating. I hate doing braids. It's fucking awful. I'd rather not. None of my characters that you see will have braids. Fuck that. So I applaud Noobovich for painting braids like that. That's sick. I wish I could do that. Wish I had the patience. I think I'm gonna need therapy before I have patience for anything, really. So here I am probably going to the bathroom or some shit. Okay, here we go. So I'm not too sure what the hairstyle was. It looked like two long ponytails kind of looping in and out of each other. Or 4 ponytails that were looping in and out of each other. Not too sure, if I had to be for real. I kind of just guessed. There wasn't really any other reference images, so I definitely just took a bit and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my best to make this look like what it should look like. Maybe Noobovich will see this video and comment and explain to me what this hairstyle was. It was interesting for sure. Would I wear it myself? Maybe. My hair is very long. It reaches down to my tailbone at this point. I've been too lazy to cut it. Okay, here's another day. It's either another day or I just went to his Instagram and copped a better look of the face, because I think this is where I really went in on the face and the hair. Okay. Oh yeah, I added some strands. I just took like a few short brush strokes to make it look like there were some tight strands on the hair, because the hair just looked blocky. It just wasn't enough. Just looks super blocky. I think I used... What did I use? I'm trying to look on the left. I used a little bit of the airbrush, and I used a little bit of the soft hard brush that I like to use. And sorry if you hear dogs barking in the background. Everybody in this neighborhood has like 5 dogs, and it's really annoying. Here I was trying to get the back. Always barking at literally anything and everything. See how I used the lasso tool there? Look how clean that hair strand is. Sick. Like, use it. If y'all don't use that lasso tool, use it. Trust me. You get way cleaner shapes. A lot of the times when people start out drawing or rendering, their shapes can look very messy because they're so focused on the control of their stroke. Use the tools that are given to you. It is so much easier if you just use the tools. It is not cheating. It's called working smarter, not harder. Here I was working on the hand. Good Christ, I hate hands. Hate hands. But I tried my best. I think I looked up some references. I have a double monitor, by the way. I have like a long boy on my right. But I didn't want to record both screens, obviously. So I have references off to my right for like the hands and the face, clothing, all that. But it'll look too jumbled if I put it all on one screen. So I only had the reference image on the left side. But on my right monitor, I have all kinds of shit. I hope I muted this video with sound before I started recording. It seems like I did. Or else I'll get copyright striked. Holy shit. Alright. The hand looks good. I cannot really specify how I do hands. If I had to recommend something, studies. Do some studies. And I'm talking, find the veiniest motherfuckers that you can. Find some dude or some lady on Pinterest with the veiniest hands ever and do that. You need to understand the muscles that go through the hand. A lot of people just like drawing very dainty, pretty, long nails. That's cool and all, but you need to understand the pain. Find yourself the hardest set of hands that you can draw and do that. Draw that. So here I think I'm just cleaning up some edges still. There's some, you know, edges that look a little blurry, or I'm not happy with some of them. Something like that. I think it took me a few times to really get the hand right. But our image is looking pretty good so far. I was working on the nails too, because I damn near forgot. Like, oh my god, human beings have nails, duh. Well, I don't know if she's a human, but you know what I mean. Now just cleaning up my edges. Getting those knuckles in as well. I'm not an expert on hands. I feel like that's one of my weaknesses, definitely, as an artist, is hands. I truly do want to get more... better at it. You know, I don't want to be like an AI. Have awful, shitty hands. Here, I took the pattern off of the image on the left because I am not going to find that pattern anywhere else. I feel. Yeah, I copy pasted it and warped it to the other side. Changed the shading layer mode. Kind of erased the parts that I don't needed. Took a soft brush and kind of really tried to blend it in as best I can. Is it cheating? Fuck you, okay? I'll do what I want, dude. I'm not gonna find that pattern, and I'm not gonna hand draw it. That's a lot, dude. Celtic patterns are a lot. I'm just gonna copy paste and adjust it. Cause shit. Okay, here I'm working on the eye. I like the thing that I did with the whites of the eyes kind of blending into the... Oh my god. Okay, never mind. I think my computer had a stroke. But I like the thing that I did where I blended in the whites of the eyes with the into the eyelashes. I think that's very pretty. Might do that a lot more with eyes. Because my eyes are pretty always standard. Nothing special about them. Here, there aren't any cracks or damage to the armor plate on her knee in the reference image, but this was a personal choice. I just kind of wanted to... I just wanted to add those. You know, I feel like, yes, maybe she was in combat every now and then, so, you know, stuff like that's gonna get damaged. Maybe wasn't a great choice, I don't know, because nothing else on her is damaged, so I was like, fuck. When I looked at that later on, I'm like, shit, it's not... the character designer in me is screaming. Why did I do that? I should have just left it clean. So, that's my bad. That's my bad. That's another critique. Shit. Over here, just cleaning up some stuff. Whenever you have time, it's a good idea to try to color balance your image. Just in case there's some colors that aren't really there, that you really want to push. Here, she has like a, you know... Thor's hammer, Odin's shit, something like that. Some sort of mythical weapon. Mythological? Mythology? The hammer. The lid. Tried my best here to... I think there's like some sort of black leather wrapping around the handle. So I kind of just roughly put in some light that emanates off of the brick part and onto the leather part. So I kind of just went very, very blue, grayer blue, and then gray to black. Just to really try to blend in that light coming off of the brick part. I don't know why I'm saying brick, it's a hammer. So here I just roughly painted some leather string in here. Just did my best. I didn't want to be a perfectionist about it, so I just kind of roughly put in some shapes and some light. If you can see, I don't think you can see from here, but on the reference image, I think I mentioned this earlier in the video, there was a pattern that I just could not repeat, I could not duplicate, so you will see me very soon just making it up, honestly. I don't think I had the time or the patience to look up the pattern somehow, like Google image search. I'm not gonna do that. I'll try to respect the character design as much as possible, but I don't think a lot of people did that either, trying to find the exact pattern for that. I'm not gonna ask Noobovich in his DMs, like, hey, can you send me the PNG for that? I'm not gonna do that. It's embarrassing. Unless, JK? No, it's embarrassing. On the hammer here, I kind of guessed how he did it. Made like some darker colors on the edges of the hammer. Here we go. Oh yeah, I got this from Google Images. And then I was like, copy paste, duplicate, angle, warp, do all that. And I think I put it on an overlay layer or something, or a divide layer, my bad. Just to make it look like it's etched in there. I should have done a rough, I should have got like a rough eraser, like a grunge eraser, and kind of erased some parts of the patterns to make it look like it's been used, but that's my bad. I think at this point I just wanted to finish. Because if I don't push myself to finish this kind of shit, then I'm just never going to finish it. Here I put like a color dodge layer, and I really tried to push that light that's inside the hammer. And also made another multiply layer over the shoes, and I went in with some more shadow. Yeah, just adjusting here and there. Always a good idea to take a break, like I said, and look at your image later, see what you're missing. Because now that I look back at it, could have been better. But that's just how I treat myself anyway. Oh, it's shit. You should have done better. That's how I'm always gonna treat myself. My shit could be up in a museum, and they could ask me to commentate on my work, and I'd be like, could have done better. Like, what? My shit could be next to the Mona Lisa for everybody to see. Reporters are like, how do you think about your work? How do you feel about your work being up next to the Mona Lisa? It's shit. Could have done better. Such an asshole to myself. Whatever. Okay, here I'm trying to get the pattern on the armor piece on the knee. You see here, like I said earlier, Clip Studio has some brushes that you can just use. I tried to adjust the color for that. I think I used an overlay layer, and I copy pasted and warped the shape around the knee just to make it make sense. I was thinking of harsh angling it, but it did not look good, so I just did that. Cause look at the pattern on the knee. What the fuck is that? How am I supposed to? I'm not doing all that, you know. I'm just gonna guess. If I wanted to, I could have just copy pasted, because it's pretty much in the same angle. I could have just copy pasted the design, but I don't know why I didn't think of that, but I feel like it's just, that would have been a little too lazy, so I think I just made up my own pattern and made it as close as I possibly could to the reference image. But I think we're almost done here. I think we got a few more minutes of footage, sped up footage, by the way. I do not draw this fast. Tried to add some rough material, rough grunge material on the gold, just to make things look a little worn. I think I also tried to add some sort of texture to the pants, but it just did not work out. Oop, sorry, my voice broke a little bit. Not used to talking this long. Here I put some shadows, just to, you know, make it look like she's not floating in odd space. And I like to blur the shadow and also gradient the shadow. So lighter in the background, darker in the foreground. So pretty much for the next few minutes here, I just start to clean stuff up. But I'll take some time real quick to just thank you all for making it through this entire video. My throat is sore, dude. I don't like talking this long, but it's necessary for me to commentate the entire video, just to let you guys in on what I'm trying to do in my drawing process. Maybe I'll tone it down in the future, or I'll have like more bouts of silence so that y'all can just enjoy the drawing. But it's nice to talk to y'all. Again, if y'all didn't already, you can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all that. YouTube and Twitter at GrottyMob, and Instagram at PoloBlind. I am fairly active on Instagram if you want to see, you know, stuff other than me fumbling over a YouTube video commentary. I post stories and shit like that. You can see in a little bit into my life. If you want to join my Skillshare as well, that's also an option. You can do that. I'm planning to get some more lessons in soon. You said that last time, Josephine. I know, I'm a fucking liar. I'm not even gonna... I'm trying, dog. I'm trying. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna try to do that stuff. Because I want to share this stuff. I like y'all. Y'all cool, I guess. Y'all cool. I'm gonna try to share this stuff with you more. I tried to add some, like, body jewelry, but I think I changed my mind. Because I was like, fuck, I just want to respect the character design. I was going too far. Too far. I didn't want to do all that. Like, no, can't add shit. I don't want to add shit. Need to respect the character design. So here I just went into some color balancing, tried to bring out that blue more, tried to bring out the yellow, all that. But we're definitely nearing the end here. I'd like to thank y'all for watching this video. And I hope that y'all like it, and I'll definitely try for another one soon. Oh yeah, here I just added an edge effect. You can do that in Clip Studio on the right hand side in that middle tab. Just add a black edge, and I just erased whatever looks funny. But very easy, it's like literally a button. But thank you guys so much. I'm doing my best, and I hope you're also doing your best, and I will see you again in another video. Enjoy the rest.